All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the time is when you'll be watching this video. My name is Damilare. So this video is basically to have a quick overview training on how to run a Facebook ad, how to set up a Facebook ad. If you are listening to this video one day, sooner than later, you'll be tasked to running ads for income. And this video is important so that you can understand what it entails. And again, I need to mention this. Whatever I'll be teaching in this video, right, does not encompass everything you need to know about Facebook ads. There's a whole lot of other things you need to know. I'll just be pointing out the basics and giving some tips. Please do read more, do your research, take courses online, right, to get more information about running Facebook ads. One, and secondly, the second reason to do that is because the digital marketing world moves very fast, right? Things change very, very fast. A tactics that is working in 2023 might not work, right? So please, as much as possible, always stay updated on everything in digital marketing, including Facebook ads, so that you are not, you don't end up being a cake. All right, I'll be sharing my screen soon. Just give me a moment to share my screen. Okay. Should work. No, I think I'm sharing it wrongly. Stop sharing. Okay, all right. Just give me a moment while I try to set it up. Okay. So as I'm trying to sort this out, so today I'll be showing you how to create a Facebook ad campaign from beginning to the end, and also give one or two tips Facebook ads generally. Okay, Iton is also on this call. Iton, can you see my screen?
I was seeing it before, but it went, okay, it's coming up again.
All right. So while I'm speaking, right, if you have any questions along the way, you can drop it in the chat box. I would handle all questions immediately I am done. I'll handle all questions. All right. So
sorry, Damilare.
Yes. Do you have a question?
Your audio. Stopping your audio.
What is stopping my audio?
There's a sound that you're there's a sound like you're adjusting something, or I don't know. It's making it hard to hear you.
What of now? What of now? Is the sound still persistent?
No, it has stopped now. It has stopped.
Okay. All right. So this is how Facebook Ad Manager looks like. Right. These are the different ads that are different campaigns that have been run over the years, over time. Right. So I would start with setting up a campaign from scratch. But before I do that, let me just point out some part of this interface so you understand what they are used for. Now, this SL, that's the Facebook ad account you'll be using. And this is the company's Facebook ad account, SL, right? So the other options is most likely going to be your own personal ad account. Please do not use your personal ad account. Use the company's ad account. This is the ad account ID. This is the ad account name, right? It's very important you note that. This is the duration in terms of the duration you want to view the reporting. This interface majorly gives you the report of your ads, an overview report of your ad in terms of awareness and all that. So this helps you adjust the date if you want it between January to December or January to March, etc. Right? this calendar helps you to regulate that. Okay, so like I said, this interface gives you an overview results of your ad, starting from the campaign name. This is the campaign name. All right, this is the campaign name. Delivery. Now, delivery, either your ad is currently off, maybe you switched it off yourself, or it is pending for approval by Facebook, or it is in draft, you've not completed it, or there are some things you've not finished in creating your campaign in total. Probably you've not added the graphics, pictures, etc. It will be in drafts, right? If you finished the ad, probably the duration you included in the campaign, I want this ad to run between January 1st and January 31st. And it is once it's after January 31st, it shows completed. All right. And if you put off your ad, right, you can see this off. All these ads are off. All right. There are some other ones that will include learning. Now, the ad is ongoing, but Facebook is trying to learn. It's trying to get to understand what you require of it. The algorithm is trying to understand your brand, the kind of audience you'll be targeting and all that, right? So those are the different delivery status you would most likely see on this. Now, if there's an error in your ad, you will also see it here, ad set error. So that's under campaigns. Now, for when you're creating an ad, there are 3 levels to it. There's the campaign, there's the ad set, and there's the ads. This is the campaign. That's the first thing you create. Under a campaign, you have ad sets. I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. So under a campaign, you have ad sets. Ad sets under a campaign. Now, under ad sets, you have ads. The difference between these 3 stage levels, the difference, the uses, and why they are all important, I would break that down as we move on. All right, so quickly, we'll just move to creating an ad now. So you can see this green button here by my left. Maybe the year you're watching it, once you're watching it, it might have changed to another color. But once you come to this left-hand side, you see create. So it helps you create a campaign. But note, when you're creating a campaign, you come here, you can see campaign, right? Campaigns. You click on this campaign to be sure you're creating a campaign. If you want to create an ad set, click on ad set before you create an ad set. If you want to create an ad, click on add before you click create. If you are planning to create campaign and you click on add and click create, you won't be creating a campaign. You'll be creating an ad instead. So whatever you click here is what will be created. So let's come back to this. So this is the starting point. You create a campaign, right? Once you click create, it's loading. So this video will be covering Facebook ads alone, right? We'll create other videos for Google search and Google display, right? I'm sure you will get the link to that, or you already have.
Sorry, that sound is back again. Sorry. Are you using a mouse?
Yes, I am using a mouse. Oh, okay. Just
I can hear you.
Let me try and fix that. I know what to do. Just hold on. Okay. All right. I'm sure you can't hear the sound now anymore.
Yes, it's better now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've been my mouse, I have to change. All right. So when creating a campaign, you can see create new campaign, right? Pick auction, right? So this simply means buying type, right? Whatever budget you have for your ad, right? Facebook will be comparing it to other consumers running ads, just like Google ads also. Just pick auction, right? Now, these are the different campaign objectives you might have. Now, the question is, which one should you pick? So I'll just go through. If you want awareness, you want people to know your brand, all right? You want people to just have an understanding of what you do as a company. You not necessarily make sales. You're not planning to make sales. You're not planning for engagements. You just want people to know you are somewhere, or you do, or you offer a particular service or sell a particular product. Awareness is what you should do. So what awareness does, it gives you reach, a lot of reach, good for reach, brand awareness, video views. Maybe there's a video about your company and you want to push brand awareness. Does that. Now, so you can choose awareness as a campaign objective. Traffic, if you want to send traffic to a particular landing page, meaning if you want conversion, right? Or you just want website visits, basically, mostly website visits, all right? This is the particular campaign objective you should choose, all right? If you want engagement, you want people to like your post, you want people to click on it, like, engage, ask you questions about a product or service, this is the campaign objective you should pick. Now, if you want leads, you want people to drop their contact details, their name, email address, phone number, or answer whatever questions you want to include. Please pick leads. For instance, you are selling the high-ticket product, either probably an educational program, just like Bincom does, or an expensive product, right? Or a service, especially if you are selling a service or you're into B2B, leads is one of the best options you can choose, because I mean, your target audience will not be buying your product immediately. They might need to set up a meeting with you and all that, or for your service, it takes a long time before. The sales cycle is longer. It takes a long time to convince them to pay for the service. All right. So you might need to get their contact details first, reach out to them, call them, send them emails before they'll finally decide to buy. So leads. Or you have a program or an event, an e-webinar, right? I want people to register ahead of time. Leads is also a good option if you want to do that. App promotion. If you want downloads, app installs, etc., app promotion is the right campaign objective. Sales. Now, sales is also when you want to sell something. You want to sell something to a particular target audience. Either, for example, an e-commerce website, right, where people get to purchase the product right there on the platform. Maybe you're selling, into shoes. You want to promote an ad for sales of shoes, sales of sneakers, fashion wear, something people can pay immediately. Or you're an health tech brand that you sell either your health services or your drugs, a pharmacy store, and you want to open an e-commerce store where people can easily pay for their drugs online on your website and get it delivered to them. Then you can use sales. Now, sometimes there's a confusion in terms of the difference between conversion, or let's say sales, which is conversion, and leads. Sometimes there's a confusion on that. But now, here is what happens. Now, basically, sales sends people to another website or a different platform, right? Your website, your landing page, right? They get to make a decision on that website, all right? While leads, you have two options. There's something they call Facebook lead form, so that once your leads or your target audience are interested in your service or your product, they drop their details in the Facebook lead form, and you can then connect it to your CRM or download the data later, right? You can also send them to your website also, to fill a form when you run your ads. So basically, if you want people to fill a form to drop their details, leads is the best. If you want them to buy immediately, sales or conversion is the best choice. Now, again, if you have a high-ticket product where people don't buy on your website immediately, I will not advise you to go for sales or conversion. Rather, go for leads so that you can collect their details. But if you're an e-commerce platform and you want people to buy immediately, shop for their bags, shop for their shoes, shop for their TVs, etc. immediately, and pay online, then sales and conversion is the best option. So the higher the cost of your product or service, the likelier you would need to choose leads rather than sales. All right. If you have any question on that, just drop in the chat box. So for this training, we'll just pick because of the kind of product we sell at Bincom, we'll pick leads, right? We'll pick leads. All right, so let's continue. Loading. All right, so we have it, leads. So this is how it looks like. So we just change this name to marketing training. That will be the name of our campaign. All right, so you can see now the segmentation. We have marketing, we have campaign, we have ad sets, and we have ads. So we are still on campaign. So campaign is where you make the important decisions, right? The overarching decisions about your ads. All right, you can see auction, leads. Once you choose your campaign objective, you can no longer change it. Please note that. Let me see if we can change this. Okay, we can change this if we want to. Okay, we can change this. It's not set in place yet. All right, let's just close this. Okay, so this is how it looks like. If you want to do an A/B testing, probably you want to test a different location. Oh, I want to test between what is it called? Between different locations, maybe UK and Europe, or Europe and US. Which target audience will get my product better? You can do an A/B testing on that. You want to do an A/B testing on interest, you can do that. You want to do an A/B testing on your designs or your caption or your copy, you can do that. But for the sake of this training, let's keep that. So if you want to put on your A/B testing, you can do that here. But let's keep that. So we are still on leads and all that. Category. So what category are we? For Bincom, we are more of employment. We are not credit. We are not a fintech company, so credit is not. We are not a real estate company, so housing is not. We are not an human rights or government related company, so social issues, elections, or politics is not. So we are more of professional certification programs, etc., internship. So employment is the right option here. Let's move on. Country, let's just focus on Nigeria for this whole campaign. So whatever you pick here as countries you are targeting, that is what you would target, because you have an option to change, no, not change, so target your audience in under ad set, which is this. You can target your audience under ad set, but the audience you are targeting, their location must be in Nigeria when you are choosing it here, because you're overarching your choice of country on that campaign is Nigeria. So it has to be Nigeria also, or within Nigeria. If you choose Africa, for example, regions, you pick Africa here. If you pick, okay, all right, so we have North America. If you pick North America here, and you come to this place and you pick Nigeria, it will not work, because Nigeria is not in North America. All right, but if you come here and pick, if you come here, I don't know why it's not clicking. If you pick North America, if you pick here, okay. Where are we? All right. So if you pick, all right, let's move on. Okay. If you pick Africa here, and you come here to pick UK as your focus country, it will not work. So whatever you pick here, whatever continent or country you pick here, your ad focus must be within that country or continent. All right, so let's just stick with Nigeria for now. So moving to ad sets. So ad sets is where you do a whole lot of things. So let's just name this first ad sets. I hope you can still hear me. If you can hear me, say aye.
Aye.
All right, good. Thank you. So first ad set. Now remember, our campaign objective here is what? What is our campaign objective?
Leads.
Leads. So that's why we have this. So we have these options. Do you want to use the Facebook lead form? That's the instant form. Or do you want to send them to your landing page? For example, you have a Zoho landing page, or your landing page where you have a form. You can choose this option. Do you want to send them to your Facebook Messenger? You can choose this one. Do you want them to call you? You can choose this and all that, right? So these are different options. So if you want to use the Facebook lead form, let's use this, but I want us to send this straight to the websites. So pick websites. Or you know what, just to show you how Facebook lead forms work. Let's leave it at instant forms. Right. Okay. Moving on. Leads. So cost per result goal. This is not compulsory, but we can set it. Let's say per lead. How much do you want to pay per lead? Let's say you want to pay $2 per lead, right? So Facebook will not spend more than that amount per lead. All right. But you have to be very careful of your kind of product. If your kind of product, if the average cost per lead for your product is $10 and you fix $2 here, you might not get any lead. Because so it is better to put a cost per goal higher than what you expect to pay per lead. So for every per lead, right? If your average cost per lead, you can always find that in per industry. When you do your research on Google, you can always find that, right? If your cost per lead is $10, please put somewhere around $15 so that Facebook would be able to spend your money well. But if you put less, you may not get a result. So here we have daily budgets. How much you want Facebook to spend on a daily basis? Here, let's put $10. Okay. Now you have start dates and you have end dates. All right. So let's say we are starting today and ending, set end dates. We are ending on the 11th by midnight. So Facebook will be spending $10 on a daily basis till 11. That's 6 days. So ideally your budget should be around $60. Right. On a $2 per lead per acquisition. Now here's the interesting part. So custom audience, you might have an audience, probably you decide to target people that have visited your website initially, or you have a particular CSV file of people that have emails or contacts that have visited your website in the last 6 months, 1 year. You can see the different custom leads or custom audience we have here. Let's say I visited in the last 180 days, Global Tech engaged in the last 12 months, etc. All right. For people that have reacted to a particular ad, you can retarget them. All right. So you can just pick these, and those are the set of people Facebook will target. You can see the size. Here we have 25,000 to 29,000. Here we have 13,000 to 15,000. You can see this is not, the size here is not available. All right. So if you want to do retargeting, this is something you need to include. But we are not doing retargeting today. So let's forge on. You can see the location. Now for this location, right, we already picked a location for Nigeria initially, if you remember. All right. So you can choose, is it people living or recently in this location? People living in this location. Now the difference here is or recently. People recently in this location. People traveling in this location. All right, so this is the right choice. People living or recently in this location, depending on your product or service anyways. If your product is not location based, you might not need to include any of this. Of course, you have to include one of these options since you are picking a location, but it might not really matter much. All right. So we can always change location here. Let's say you just want to target people living in Lagos. Remember, we picked Nigeria, so we are restricted to people living in Nigeria only. So we can decide to target people living in Lagos, right? Okay, search location. You can see search location here, right? So just type in what you want, Lagos, Nigeria. Let's see if you give us an option. Lagos. Okay. Okay, let me complete it. Maybe it should bring it. Okay, you can see Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria, right? So city, Lagos State, Nigeria. So people living in Lagos only people living in Lagos will see your ad. You can see the proximity your ads would, the locations your ads would cover, right? You can decide to choose country instead. You can decide to choose a continent, a whole continent, right? But if you are choosing a whole continent, it has to be from your campaign. But if you want just country, you can pick it both in the campaign and in the ad set. All right, so your ad set is under your campaign, as you can see. Whatever rule you put in your campaign, your ad set must follow that rule, or else your ad will be flagged. All right, now this is one thing. Now, another thing I need to point out, very, very important, that you need to note, which is the next thing I'm going to say now. All right, keep your eyes on your audience definition, right? Keep your eyes on your audience definition. It gives you an estimate of the number of people Facebook can target on a daily basis based on your settings. Now, quickly, let's move to this age. You can adjust the age range, right? Let's say you want to target people age 22 to, let's say 40. All right, so you can see the audience definition is changing. The algorithm is trying to learn based on the setting you just included. Let's say we want to just target just men, right? If you are selling a men product, right, probably you are selling shoes. That does not mean if you are selling shoes you have to target only men. I mean, wives can buy shoes for their husband, right? So you can do that. And if you're selling, depending on your product or service, anyways, that would determine if you pick men or women, or determine on the purpose of your campaign. But anyways, let's leave it at all. Let's go back to all. All right. So Facebook algorithm is trying to learn the adjustments we made now. Hope you are with me, just to be sure. This is a very, very important part of running a Facebook ad. Can you hear me, Tom? Or demographics?
Yes, I can.
All right, great.
Your screen has stopped sharing.
It has stopped sharing.
It's coming up again.
Okay. All right, let's move on. So we've handled age, we've handled gender, we've handled location. All right, you can see we have for Lagos, we have 5 million to 5.8 million people we can target. So can Facebook, no matter your budget, even if your budget is $1 million, can't target more than this number of people. This is the catchment audience estimates. So the larger your audience estimates, depending on your product or your campaign objectives, the better. For leads, it needs to be somewhere in the middle. You can see somewhere in the middle, right? It shouldn't be too broad. It shouldn't be too specific, so that you don't have too little catchment of people your ad can target. All languages, you can just decide to say no. Only people that speak English. All. Okay, you can see it's trying to load, it's trying to undo that. So the next part is, sorry, let me move up. It should be somewhere up here. Is
you skip detailed targeting.
What did you say?
You skip detailed targeting, or we don't need that.
I'm trying to look for it. That's where you target based on hobbies, behaviors, and all that. It should be somewhere after location here. Okay, yeah, detailed targeting. Thank you. Yep. All right, very, very important parts. So looking at the products we sell at Income, let's say for Global Tech, for example, you're targeting people for Global Tech. All right, so we need people that are interested in tech generally. So just pick tech as a keyword. Sorry, tech. All right, so people are interested in technology, not necessarily. People are interested in information technology, right? I'm come in, let's browse. Let's not wait for suggestions. Interest, good. So let's just scroll. Now, very important. Do not, now it is important you are not too narrow with your targeting so that you don't lose some set of people, right? Don't be too narrow. Pick the basic, your TA, what do they basically do? What is that general thing that affects all of them? All right. For global tech, some of them are students. Not some of them are students. Some of them are either NYSC graduates, right? Some of them are workers. You must find a common interest that cuts across both, except if you know, oh, this ad I want to run is strictly for NYSC or is strictly for the working class. Then your age, your interests, behaviors must reflect that. But if you just want to target all your target audience at once, both NYSC, both working class, you want to target them with an ad, right? You need to find a common interest, few common interests that combines them together so that you do not narrow them too much. All right, so let's go through this. Accounting, not necessarily. Acting, advertising, and marketing, maybe, but not all of them will be in advertising and marketing. Sorry. I think I might need to change my mouse because of this coming. Interest. Okay. All right. Air conditioning, home appliances, apartments. People interested in real estate, not necessarily. Application for employment. So we know NYSC graduates, even job applicants, they fall under the same category. They're applying for jobs. So you can pick this. Artificial intelligence, not all of them are interested in artificial intelligence. I mean, someone in digital marketing may not be interested in AI. So, or UI UX may not be interested in AI. Bedroom, budget, building, bungalow, business administration, call center, car dealership, career and employment. Yeah, very important. They are all interested in their career and employment. Career development, you can choose this. It falls under the same category. So one thing we should also look out for is tech. Those who are interested in tech. Not all of them are into computer engineering, so we can skip that. Cottage, credit and finance, all these are. Not all of them are interested in customer relationship management. So I'm intentional about this so that you do not just over narrow your TA, right? Make it more generalistic, a basic interest that combines them all. Design, not all of them are interested in design. Not all of them are interested in digital marketing. So we can skip that. Because according to this, we are not trying to over narrow our TA. Now, that does not mean narrowing is bad. We can narrow as much as possible, right? Depending on your campaign objective. If you want to target a particular campaign for designers, you know you need to narrow down on, oh, this person is interested in graphics, right? And all that. But since we are targeting all tech, and some of them are not interested, some of them are not in tech currently. Some of them are looking to change career into tech, so we cannot pick interest that weeds people out. Some of them are interested in entry-level jobs. I mean, fresh graduates are usually interested in entry-level, any fresh graduate. So that works. This is not important. Everybody on earth is interested in Facebook, so we don't need to choose Facebook or Facebook Messenger. Food, franchising. So one thing we need to, graphics design. Now, not all of them are interested in graphics design, so we can pick this. Home owner, hybrid. Okay, so let's look out for tech. Any interest in tech? Not all of them are interested in JavaScript. Marketing, communications, online banking. Now, note, we want people that are tech savvy, that can bank online, for example. So it is important they are interested in online banking. Now, those are subtle things you need to note when doing your targeting. All right, our TA, we want people, we don't want somebody that does not have a browsing phone, cannot browse either with laptop or phone. So we need, so averagely our TA needs to at least be able to do online banking. So that can fall. Payments, we don't need this. Performing arts, product design, not all of them are interested in programming or project management or product design. So let's look for something more generalistic in tech. That's all our TAs are most likely interested in. Scroll down to somewhere around T. All right. So we can choose technology, right? I mean, that's more general. Let's see, telecommuting, not necessarily. Training and education, not necessarily. Vacation vehicle, vacation rental, no. Warehouse, web design. Not all of them are interested in web design. So, I mean, they are all interested in WhatsApp, so we can choose WhatsApp. Right. So this is more of a general targeting that I did here, not narrowing it down to a particular set of people. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm sure.
All right. So if we are running an ad for people to just learn software development, then we know we can do a bit more detailed targeting. But somebody who is interested in project management, that's what he wants to learn, or product management. Picking, filtering, including a filter of, what is it called? Programming as one of your filters would most likely filter them out, right? So it's important you note that. So you can see our estimate size has dropped from, what was it before? 5 million? That's dropped to 2.5 million by half already, just by these few filters we have included. So the more filters you include, the narrower your audience would become. All right, so we picked language, advantage placement. So the algorithm recommends the placement. Now, what are these different types of placement? It includes Instagram stories, it includes Instagram Reels, includes Facebook Reels, Facebook stories, Facebook feed, Instagram feed. Those are the different placements that will be available. Don't worry, you'll see more of the placements once we move to ads. So we just discuss ad sets now. So move to ads itself. So this is where your content now plays a very major role. All these other ones, campaign ad sets, talks about the back end, what the algorithm will do. Now, what would your TA? Okay, the algorithm has done its job. That's showed your ad to a particular target audience. Now, what this TA will then see in terms of graphics, your copy, etc. This is what this is where you will decide that. So let me just include this. And test ad. Okay, here's use obvious ad. You can name it anything, right? But of course, it must align with your campaign and all that. All right. So here, our Instagram account is not connected here. So it will run on Instagram, right? But not necessarily. So this will be connected later. Okay, so ad setup. Create an ad from scratch, format, image or video, whichever one. If you want to do a carousel ad, there's an option for that here. So let's scroll down. All right, so add media. Whatever picture you want to add, you can add it here. Either picture or video. So let's add an image. All right, so there are images that have been added over time. So we'll just pick one of them. If not, if you want to upload a new image, just come here and upload. So you upload from your local machine from here. But if you want to choose a content from before that has been uploaded initially, right? You can choose. So let's just choose one here. Let's say this. All right. So you can optimize it, right? You can optimize it in terms of enhancements. That's the contrast Facebook gives. The algorithm gives you an option to make it automatic. So just use all optimization. So image brightness and contrast. Music is not compulsory, but it's nice. So let's leave music, image brightness and all that. So for example, Instagram Reels is nice when there's a music involved. All right, so let's click done here. Okay. Oh, now I see. Okay. All right, let's continue. So we have our ad, our graphics, I mean, selected. All right, so let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Now the primary, so we have primary text, we have headline, and we have description. So your primary text, that is what people, the more information, okay, somewhere is here. So this is more information you will need for your ad. So we have primary text, we have, let's say, learn, kickstart your tech. Oh, this is the primary. So primary has more information. Kickstart your tech career with Beacom. Sorry, with Beacom. Right. We offer different tech career packages ranging from XYZ, XYZ. So this could be 2 paragraphs, or you can just use bullet points to list the packages, whatever it is, that's where it is. All right, you can see this is how it appears on Facebook. Can you see? So this is what happens to when people see ads. So you can see the sample here. So let's move to headline. Kick start your career now. Now, this is where your headline appears, you can see. So if you have any important USP or value you want your TA to know about, let's say flexible payments structure. Enjoy flexible payment structure, right? Whatever USP is important that you want your TA to know, what am I spelling? Sorry, I'm spelling something funny. Structure. Don't mind me, I did not go English. All right, flexible payment structure. You can see, so it appears here. You can see, enjoy flexible payment structure, right? Now, we have description. Description, you will see where it appears now. Your description, let's say your description says, buy with, okay, let me use something real. Okay, good. Learn tech. Oh, no, I don't like that. Become an expert software engineer in 2 years. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, can you?
Okay, I'm waiting for this to load. All right, before it will appear, it should be appearing here. I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, so you can see there's an option to add different primary texts. So the Facebook algorithm rotates. It shows different primary text and headlines to your TA and optimizes based on which one gets, or which one people interact with the most. So whichever one people interact with the most, right? The Facebook algorithm optimizes based on that. All right. Okay, so let's move on. We have the description, we have the important ones are the primary text and your headline. This description gives an extra info about your ad. I'm not sure why it's not showing a sample of where the description will be appearing. It should be appearing somewhere around here. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So remember, we are using Facebook lead form, right? If we're using websites, we would have seen an option where you can include the link to your website. All right, you'll see two options to include the link to your website. That is the destination. But since we are using Facebook lead form, right, you can see destination, instant form, right? You can create a form, or there's a form that is still pending for creation here, right? This form was half done, right? You can create your own form from scratch, create form. So you can title your form test form. So this one needs a bit more configuration or customization, right? But if you are sending them to your landing page, you just put the link there, right? So, but I just wanted to cover Facebook lead form also so that you can have that. Higher intent. So we have the name of the form, intro. We can upload an image, background image. Okay, upload from your desktop. I don't have any image in my desktop, so I should have an image here. I don't have an image in my desktop, sorry. So just upload an image, right? Sorry, I just reworked my hard drive. That's why I don't have an image in my, change my hard drive, I mean. So okay, so there's an option for an headline. So you can see headline text here. So register for labs. Yeah. All right. What does that mean? So scrolling down. Is that all? Okay. Okay. So description. Labs starts in 2 weeks. Register. All right. So that's done. Lab starts. So questions. What questions do you want them to fill? Enter. Okay. Add question. Short answer. It's a short answer. Name. Right. Okay. Scrolling down. Name. Okay. Sorry. This mouse is okay. So you can add other questions here. Do you want multiple choice? Multiple choice. Why are you registering? To learn, to make friends. All right, so that's that. Okay, Q2. So just ask questions, you can add questions and all that. So let me just quickly move on. That can be figured out easily. So choose type of information you need. Yeah, do you want email, full name, etc, and all that? So let's go to publish. Okay, enter message. Let people know the information they give you will be used to share. We keep your data safe. All right. Let's move on. Please provide a valid. I'm trying to look at where an error is. Okay, background image. We didn't provide one. Okay. So privacy policy, right? So the link to our privacy policy document will be included here, right? And here, review screen message for leads. If we have a website, probably they want to ask you questions or they just want to know more about your brand, right? They can just click, the options will be there. So let's just go through what we have here. Thanks for view website. So if they want to view your website, they click here, view your website and all that. So after they fill the lead form, they can easily see this, thank you and all that. Then visit our website, etc. So this, you can easily figure this out, fill in the settings, just like Google form, nothing serious. All right, so let's just cancel this, come back to this later. Okay. All right, so we've set up our lead form that way. All right. Now for your URL parameters, I'm sure your team lead will provide you with a URL that you can edit, URL parameter that you can always edit based on the campaign. Now, this URL parameter, you edit it based on the campaign. What does it do? It helps to track which ad your lead is coming from. So on your back end, you can easily know, okay, it's coming from this ad. Probably you have multiple ads. If you want to have multiple ads under an ad set, you can just duplicate, right? Duplicate and edit it to include, probably you want to target graphics designers separately. Not targets now, you want Facebook to publish different images with different copies or with different graphics, right? You can do that here, right? Probably you want one graphics for UI UX, one graphics for software development, one graphics for digital marketing, right? You can just duplicate them here, right? Now you can always also duplicate your ad sets. Probably you want to do an A/B testing based on location. You want to target Lagos and Port Harcourt to know if Lagos people are more serious or Port Harcourt boys are more interested in something else, not tech, right? So you can do your targeting, your A/B testing based on targeting and duplicate your ad sets. All right, based on location, you can duplicate your ad sets based on age. You can duplicate your ad sets based on what else? Based on interests, right? Just to know if your ad is working or not. What else can you duplicate your ad sets? You can duplicate your ad sets based on language, as Spanish speakers more likely to be interested in tech than English speakers. All right. So you can do various A/B testings in your ad sets, right? You can vary different things: location, gender, interests, language, etc. And you can duplicate or vary your content under ad. So that's the difference. So your ad is under your ad set, your ad set is under your campaign. Everything is under your campaign. All right. So this is basically an overview of what it looks like to run an ad, right? The setup, etc, what you need to do and what you need not to do. So I don't know if you have any questions. Right now, you can also check this, keep your eyes on this, your estimated daily results. So Facebook is estimating the amount of reach, that's the number of people that would see your ad and the number of people that would most likely fill your form, right? Facebook will always tell you that their Facebook lead form is the best, not sending people to your landing page. I mean, it's easy. People don't need to leave Facebook. Right there, you fill your form and submit. All right. Any questions? Any questions for me?
No question. I wanted to ask why it's called SL, but I guess that's just their personal name.
Yep, that's just their name.
So, quick question. Lead campaign is basically for lead nurturing, right?
Lead
Why sales that you want to buy?
No. It's for what you mean. I mean lead generation, not nurturing. They're two different things.
Lead generation is for lead nurturing.
Correct.
That's down to sales campaign, sharp buying, but the ones that you have to longer buying cycle that you have to coerce and whine and talk like the way we do in Emigrate.
Yeah.
Lead generation, okay.
It's better. If you need people to like your page, you can run for engagement. You need people to like your page, like your content, ask questions, engagement. Either ask questions in your DM or write under the comment section down. Yeah.
I don't get the duplicating part, but I guess when we're trying to do it.
All right, so so when you say you don't get, what part of it don't you get?
Like, how do you said something about duplicating it and then targeting various, I don't get that part.
All right, so here you can notice we targeted Lagos alone here, right?
Yeah.
Lagos is under Nigeria. Yeah. So what if in your mind you feel you're not sure, or you want to target both Lagos and Port Harcourt, but you want to know which location works better for your product? Is it people that are in Lagos that will buy my product more? Exactly. So is it people in Lagos that will buy my product more, or people in Port Harcourt, or people in the north, or in Kano, Kaduna? So you can do that. So you just duplicate and change the location, or whatever settings you want to change. Or you want to target men separately, women separately. Maybe your graphics design. One graphic design is for male. Women in tech, more opportunities than men in tech. Start your career now. Now, obviously, it's targeted for women. So you have to duplicate your ad sets. I have a different ad set for men. I have a different ad set for women. It could be for location reasons, different assets. It could be for career choice reasons. Either you want to target graphics designers only, or you want to target programmers only, or you want to target JavaScript programmers only. You can duplicate based on any reason. So that's where that comes in. For your ad, which is this, where you have the graphics and your copy, probably your copy speaks in a way, right? Maybe you want to test the different language. Let's say you want to say, oh, LearnTech now, pay later. Would this copy work? Or you want to test tech gives you an opportunity to jackpot. Now, those are two different things. Those are two different things entirely, but it's still the same product. So LearnTech now pay later means if you don't have money now, come, you will pay. A different motivation. If you say LearnTech to jackpot, it's a different motivation. It's somebody that wants to jackpot. Oh, this is an opportunity for me to travel out. Let me learn tech. But somebody that it is the money, I don't have money to learn tech, but they're telling me to come, notwithstanding. So different copies, different graphics. Oh, I want to test between white background or green background, white background or dark background, pink background for you that like bright background, or multicolored graphics compared to plain graphics. You can test anything, right? So these are the options you have when you want to test. Any other question before we call it a wrap? Any other questions? All right, in the absence of any question, if you have questions and you're watching the video, you can always ask your team lead for answers, or you reach out to Google to give you more information. All right, thank you. Let me stop sharing my screen now. There are various tips online on how to run, how to strategize. But one tip that I would give anybody any day, anytime today, not any day, anytime, today, when it comes to running ads for Facebook, is that try as much as possible, whatever product or service you are selling, run a video ad, especially for awareness, or even any campaign objective. Video ads would help you maximize your budget compared to clicks. That is the word on the street. That can change in the next few years or months. Anything can happen in the digital space. But for now, that is what gets you better results for less money. All right. Thank you for your time. I hope you're able to learn one or two things from this video.